May 24th, 1987. A 23-year-old man named Kenneth Parks gets off his sofa in the middle of the night, gets into his car, and drives exactly 22 kilometers down a completely dark highway to his in-laws' house. He breaks in, murders his mother-in-law, and severely injures his father-in-law. Then, confused and covered in blood, Kenneth drives himself to a police station to confess. He has deep, brutal wounds on his hams, but he feels absolutely no pain. To convict someone of a crime, the legal system requires two things to be true. You need the guilty act, the actus reus, and you need the guilty mind, the mens rea. During the trial, Kenneth's lawyers presented a defense that shocked the courtroom. They argued that Kenneth was sleepwalking the entire time. Because he was completely unconscious, he lacked the required guilty mind. It forces a difficult question. How is it physically possible for a human body to navigate a car and execute a targeted, complex attack while the conscious mind is completely absent? To understand what happened to Kenneth, we have to look at the internal architecture of human sleep. We usually associate sleep activity with the REM stage, which is when we dream. But during REM, the brain essentially paralyzes the body to stop us from acting out those dreams. This chart shows the 4 stages of a standard human sleep cycle. You can see the active spikes of REM sleep up top, contrasting with the deep troughs of non-REM sleep below. The lowest point here is NREM stage 3. In this phase, you are in the heaviest sleep possible, and it is incredibly difficult to wake you up. Look at the data point right at the bottom of that NREM stage 3 trough. This is where the neurological glitch happens. When a trigger like extreme stress or severe sleep deprivation tries to wake the body, the transition out of deep sleep gets stuck. This creates a state of incomplete awakening. The primitive parts of the brainstem and cerebellum, which control motor functions, boot up. But the frontal lobe, the software that handles conscious thought and decision-making, stays entirely offline. A person in this state might have their eyes wide open. They can navigate their house by pure habit. But their sensory perceptions, their ability to actually see, smell, or hear their surroundings, are turned off. This is a mechanical systems failure, where the physical hardware of the body operates perfectly, while the software of the mind remains shut down. For a long time, scientists assumed this glitch triggered a biological panic. But in 2021, researchers monitored the autonomic nervous system of sleepwalkers and found the exact opposite. Their sympathetic fight or flight response remains inactive. It is actually the parasympathetic system, the network responsible for the body's rest and digest state, that is significantly elevated. Internally, sleepwalkers remain incredibly calm. Because the body is so relaxed, this autopilot can execute highly complex routines. Take Lee Hadwin, a teenager who, while totally asleep, drew near-perfect portraits of Hollywood actresses. There's a Scottish chef who cooks entire omelets unconsciously in the middle of the night. Even famed Indian cricketer Sachin Tendulkar routinely sleepwalked through his hotel rooms during early international tours. The human body does not strictly need conscious permission to perform complex tasks. Ingrained habits and muscle memory are perfectly capable of running the machine in the dark. This biological reality is why Kenneth Parks was acquitted. Medical experts verified the reality of this neurological glitch, and the jury found him not guilty, creating a global legal landmark. But courts remain highly skeptical of this defense. 10 years later, a man named Scott Fallater brutally stabbed his wife and tried to use the exact same sleepwalking defense to avoid prison. The forensic biology didn't match his story. After the attack, Fallater hid the murder weapon in the spare tire storage of his car and changed out of his bloody clothes. These were lengthy, purposeful actions that defy the strict timeline of a single NREM sleep episode. While the brain can authentically malfunction, forensic biology provides strict boundaries to ensure that science isn't used as a free pass for calculated murder. Violent crime is the rare extreme, but the reality of this disorder is far more common. Roughly 7% of the global population will experience sleepwalking, and the primary victim is usually the sleepwalker themselves. In 2024, a sleepwalking teenager in Mumbai wandered onto his 6th-floor apartment balcony. Without safety grills, he fell and tragically lost his life. If you ever encounter a sleepwalker, do not shake them awake. Forcing a sudden reboot of the conscious brain causes severe disorientation. Instead, speak calmly and gently guide the autopilot back to bed. For chronic sleepwalkers, securing the physical environment is essential. That means installing child-proof door latches, removing sharp objects from the bedroom, and putting safety gates on stairs. This phenomenon reveals how easily the link between conscious mind and physical body can break, a reminder that they are merely roommates who occasionally